Have you heard about the book which describes the end of the world? Well, it's written in 1966, but of course, CIA classified it. It was partially declassified in 2022, but why they hid it?
With a rumble so low as to be inaudible, then fueling into a thundering roar, the earthquake starts. Only it's not like any earthquake in history. In California, mountains shake like ferns in a breeze. A mighty Pacific rears back and piles up into a mountain of seawater more than 2 miles high, then starts its race eastward. The wind attacks, shredding everything in supersonic bombardment. The mountain of Pacific seawater follows the wind eastward, burying Los Angeles and San Francisco as if they were but grains of sand. Across the continent, the 1,000-mile-per-hour wind wreaks unholy vengeance everywhere, mercilessly. In many places, the Earth's molten sublayer breaks through and spreads a sea of white-hot liquid fire. In a fraction of a day, all vestiges of civilization are gone, and the great cities, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Chicago, Dallas, New York, Boston, are nothing but legends. Barely a stone is left where millions walked just a few hours ago. South America finds the Andes not high enough to stop the violence. In less than a day, the entire continent is burned by molten earth fire, buried under miles of violent seas, then turned into a frozen hell. Everything freezes: man, beast, plant, and mud in less than 4 hours. Europe cannot escape. The Alps, Pyrenees, Urals are shrunken, then heaved even higher when the wall of seawater strikes. Western Africa and the sands of the Sahara vanish. The fury marches on for 6 days. During the 6th day, the ocean starts to settle. The Bay of Bengal Basin just east of India is now at the North Pole. The Pacific Ocean just west of Peru is at the South Pole. New ice caps begin to form in the new polar areas. Greenland and Antarctica, now rotating equatorially, emerge with verdant tropical foliage. New York lies at the bottom of the Atlantic, covered by unbelievable amounts of mud. Of San Francisco, Los Angeles, Chicago, Dallas, and Boston, not a trace is left. The cataclysm has done its work and drives the pitiful few who survive into a new Stone Age. We join Noah, Adam and Eve, Atlantis, Mu and Olympus, and Jesus joins Osiris, Tahora, Zeus, and Vishnu.
People have been saying that these mud flood theories are just a myth and it's conspiracy theory because government doesn't tell about it. But now in Harvard University, professors have been studying this book and confirm that there might actually be mud floods about once in 10,000 years. And you might ask, when was the last time it happened? About 12,000 years ago.
This is one of the craziest things you'll ever see.
These ripples, repeated ripples in an area where there's nothing else like it.
This is the fingerprints of the flood. That's what it is.
Wow.
The water here, Joe, that did this, the way to visualize it, the water, again, begin to think of tsunami. The water here, what you have to visualize is a tsunami sweeping over the land that's over 1,000 feet deep. And it's sweeping down over this land at probably 200 or 300 million cubic feet per second, which is an inconceivable amount.
So, we have plenty of proofs about mud floods. Like these sphinxes in Egypt have these water and sand marks on them. Plato describes Atlantis. And indeed, there's some ruins in the northwest part of Africa, which someone calls it as the Rishat structure. It's also known as the Eye of Sahara. It's same size as described in notes. But still people call this as conspiracy theory. What do you think about this? Is it conspiracy theory? Have you seen these Moai statues before? These 1,000 heads in the Easter Island. Did you know these have bodies, and they're also buried by mud flood? Conspiracy here is that these are actually stone giant bodies, and like Masons do, these are hidden in plain sight.
The magnetic and electrical structure of the Earth maintains its orderliness. It keeps rotating on axis in a normal manner. Every few thousand years, the magnetic and electrical orderliness in the shallow molten layer is disorganized.
If you believe we live in spinning ball, sounds ridiculous.
to the extent that the shallow molten layer is allowed to act as a free liquid, which then serves as a lubricant for the ice caps to pull the shell around the Earth's interior so as to have the ice caps shift about 90 degrees into the torrid zone. The atmosphere and the Earth's oceans don't shift with the shell, they just keep on rotating west to east, and at the equator, that speed is about 1,037 miles per hour. So while the shell shifts with the poles going to the equator, the winds and oceans continue eastward, blowing and flooding across the Earth at supersonic speeds, inundating continents with water miles deep, destroying everything with which man has ever dealt, including himself. That's a summary of the process.
Thanks for watching this video today. This is channel where we like to see what conspiracy theories and mysteries are out there. If you like this video, remember to push subscribe with notification bell to join my live streams in the future. That's completely free, now and always. If you have some topics you want me to cover, just throw me with comments. Push the like and share this content with your grandpa. Until next time, take your tin foils, and we see you in the next video.